Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I got another MTG video for you guys today. And today, we are going to take the enemy's deck and showcase it off in the channel. What I mean by that is we're going to take the deck of the man that defeated me in the Mythic Championship Qualifier Day 2, and we are going to be playing a little bit with it because I think Antonino, who is the player that went 5-0 in Day 2 of the Mythic Championship Qualifier, has the most interesting lineup out of all the decks that were able to make it in said qualifier event. We actually faced Antonino Day 1 and defeated him. He ended up going 8-2, and we were one of his two losses. And we managed to defeat him pretty dominantly with a 2-0 win over him. But he came back at us in Day 2 in the 4th round when both of us were 3-0. And he managed to get a win on us with a 2-1 record in a series that I personally learned quite a bit from because it definitely was winnable. But I did make some key misplays, and Antonino played flawlessly pretty much and really deserved the win there. And, you know, my imaginary hat tipped off to you, Antonino. You did a great job, and I'm very excited to showcase his deck because, like I said, I think this is the most interesting, by far, interesting deck. You know, not counting our Grixis as far as our invention, out of the Mythic Championship Qualifier event, you know, which was a sea flooded with Akko and Nisa builds. This was a nice breath of fresh air, and like our own deck, a deck that capitalized on a field filled with main deck Noxious Grasp, as this deck is pretty invulnerable to this card for obvious reasons. So what is this? It's a Rakdos Aristocrat deck, which may not seem like something new. We've seen this archetype before. But what really sets this deck apart from previous Aristocrats builds is the fact that it's main decking 4 copies of Claim the Firstborn. This card, in my opinion, holds the title for the most underappreciated card out of Throne of Eldraine. I didn't even know this thing existed, personally, until I faced Antonino and I got wrecked by it. So this card is incredibly powerful for the Aristocrat archetype, and I'm going to explain why. In case you're new watching this video, you don't know what I mean by Aristocrat. It's a term used for an archetype that has been around in Magic the Gathering for quite some time. Aristocrat means, or the archetype itself is a strategy that plays out with you having benefits from sacrificing your own creatures. So we have a bunch of engines and synergies within the deck that enable us to get positive reinforcement from you know, letting our creatures die. So how do we do this? How do we benefit from sacrificing our own creatures? Well, we have Mayhem Devil, a staple for any sort of Aristocrat deck in Standard currently. 3 mana, 3/3, that whenever a player, which means both players, sacrifices a permanent, we get to deal 1 damage to any target. Creature, Planeswalker, player, whatever we want. And this is incredibly powerful because with stuff like Witch's Oven and Priest of Forgotten Gods and Cavalier of Night, alongside Fabled Passage as well, we have numerous ways of triggering Mayhem Devil, and that also includes Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, by the way, because when we go for her second ability, those 2/2/1/1 tokens are sacrificed at the end step, and therefore they trigger Mayhem Devil as well. So it's no secret that this card is incredibly strong in this build, but the great thing about it is that now not only do we have an engine to deal damage and also an engine to make sure that we don't run out of gas as we are losing our creatures, we have a card that can be used as excellent removal for just 1 mana that can also enable us to smack our opponents in the face with said creature that we're going to remove. Claim the Firstborn is limited to converted mana cost 3 or less when it comes to the creature that we're targeting, but you'd be surprised at how many creatures we are able to target with this, especially in this metagame in which people are not investing that much in higher end creatures because at the end of the day, they're elks, and you know, 5 mana, 6 mana elks, not that great in Magic the Gathering. So Claim the Firstborn hits a lot of stuff, especially against green decks where they have Hydroid Crassus, for example, or Voracious Hydra. These have converted mana cost too, in reality, which means we can target them with Claim the Firstborn. And the fact that we can use this and then sack that unit with either Witch's Oven, Priest of Forgotten Gods, or Cavalier of Night make it really, really powerful in this deck. And because of the aggressive nature of this build, because we are very low curved and we are able to push damage very early on in the game, it really does help close out matches, and it's such a powerful resource to have in this build, and really propelled this well-known archetype to the next level and enabled Antonino to go 5-0 in day 2 of the Mythic Championship qualifier. And I, like I said, was very, very impressed with his run and with his build, and was very excited to showcase it, as I got 2 best of 3 series for you guys today against Shocker Akko decks in the ranked ladder, which I think are pretty good quality, and I think you guys will enjoy. When it comes to the sideboard, we have 4 dresses, 2 extra Noxious Grasp, which we are decking 2 of them, you know, for reasons we all know at this point. We have 2 Embereth Shieldbreaker, which is an interesting option, but I guess it makes sense for other decks running Witch's Ovens, amongst other things. We have Mask of Immolation, 4 copies of Dreadhorde Butcher, which comes in especially when we're on the play in a lot of matchups, and 1 extra copy of Chandra, Acolyte of Flames. Really, really cool deck. One of my favorite archetypes. I love Aristocrats, and I really like this variant. And hopefully you guys enjoy this gameplay and give the deck a try, because it's really strong now, and I predict that with the upcoming ban and restricted announcement, this deck is only going to get better. So hopefully you enjoy the games. Leave a like if you do, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. How's it going, buddy? Okay, we don't keep this. So I have to do. I'm gonna lead off with the Cauldron Familiar here. All right, interesting. But of course, +1.
From your eyes. I invite you to change your ways.
Ah, for fuck's sake. I fucked up. I should have played the mountain first. I done goofed.
Who's more foolish? The fool or the fool who rules them? Oh dear.
I actually feel like I'm better off killing off the Paradise Druid. That really slows him down. I should have used this first, but whatever. Just gonna keep coming.
Pyromancer extraordinaire. Mostly. Oh, they're so cute.
Bam, bada, bam, bada, bam, bada, bam. This deck is really solid, man. Yeah, you're dead.
Seek shelter in my stewardship. The land fights for us.
Hey, holy touch. Get wrecked. Tyrannosaurus wrecked. We definitely want the 2 extra Noxious Grasp. I'll take out a Gutter Bones. And the Cavalier, I guess. I mean, Cavalier is pretty good. Like, I don't think I should have taken out the Cavalier, but it's hard to, like, determine what to take out. Definitely gonna keep this. Like, with Witch's Oven, like, Claim the Firstborn is just ridiculous. Like, I don't know why I didn't think of playing this card when I tried. I didn't know this card was a thing, honestly. This card is so strong.
I will invert the world to watch kings grovel and worms rule.
Ha.
One bite, and all your cares are gone.
If he has Veil of Summer, it deals with both.
I grace you with my lack of presence.
Time to step out of the shadow. Milo. Pity we couldn't have been allies.
Together, we will prevail. Be wary of the ground you walk on.
It was probably going to die anyway.
right? That Vraska was like so key. Like the fact that he just disabled my oven like that, that was pretty brutal. I'm gonna keep it like this though. I'm gonna keep this because it's a hand that basically curves out into
Revel with your king, wild and sovereign. Welcome to the feast. I see you don't share my vision.
Living in a monastery full of firebrands? Say hi to my fiery friends.
Lisa.
Through this land, we are all connected. Rise, my elemental friend. Now things are getting heated.
Ooh. Get wrecked.
Go get 'em, buddies.
Okay, so we both sacrificed 2, 3.
Cease this aggression.
Pew, Pew.
Do not underestimate my fortitude.
Pew.
I can help you no longer.
Pew. Oh!
Go get him, buddies.
There we go. Can I get me some easies in the chat, please? Let's Mulligan here. Okay, I can't really. Like the other hand wasn't bad to keep, but this hand is also pretty terrible because we're lacking red mana. Like we have to Mulligan again. This really sucks. Maybe I should have kept the first hand, to be honest. Definitely need to keep the 2 lands. We're gonna drop the Noxious Grasp for now, and we're also gonna drop the I'm gonna drop the Mayhem Devil just because we need card draw. Even though Mayhem Devil is like one of the major engines here, we need the card draw. Yeah, man. Oven into.
I will invert the world to watch kings grovel, and I think a little merriment is in order. Why do you cross me? It's not poison. Trust me.
Unfortunately, we can't Firstborn this because it's a 4-drop, so we have to wait for him to develop something else.
Let's broaden your existence.
We're a bit stuck here. Okay, that's good.
Welcome to the feast.
You need more control. Psh, just let me burn. Hey, these little guys are great.
I feel so alive.
Strange and magnificent world. Behold, nature's true power.
Oh dear.
Oh, they're so cute.
I want to see if I could bait something there, but I probably should just gone with a plus loyalty effect, honestly. Like I wanted to see, I wanted to try to like bait a misplay out of him.
Let us march into battle and make new comrades. Smelly, but effective.
I think a little merriment is in order.
Harness the elements. I thought this was a sparring match.
I'm not gonna trigger these cats yet because I could draw into like a Mayhem Devil. Keep in mind, my opponent drew 5 lands, and I drew like double, so that definitely plays a bit of a role. All right, let's go with this, and let's do like before. Let's take out Gutter Bones and the one off of Cavalier of Night. I disagree. I think the deck is actually really fine-tuned. Farako, obviously, like, it's vulnerable to it in certain aspects, but just like any other deck out there, it's got a lot of tools to like really punish. Turn 2 Priest and turn 3 Chandra is extremely powerful. Yep. It's pretty much GG.
You know what's better than having a plan? Basically, anything.
And he knows it. Magic is easy. Go first. Kind of makes me want to play a third Chandra. What about Claim the Firstborn? How good is this? Maybe we can drop it down to 3. I'm gonna risk it. We just need a third land, a second source of red. Sorry. I should change up these lands. By the way, I got the anime lands. What am I doing? Come on, baby.
Bunch of new burn spells to try on you. Don't worry, I brought company.
Maybe Questing Beast.
Hey, these little guys are great. This one before.
I know I can't do it.
I'm certain you're quite charmed to meet me. It's not poisoned. Trust me.
Remember this one? Fires without me. Say hi to my fiery friends. You're toast.
Two Akos slayed in a row, baby.